The book of Revelation is beguiling the people yet again. It tells us the evildoers will deceive the whole world when the Messiah warned us to take heed that no man deceive you, to beware of wolves in sheep's clothing, how to judge people by their fruits, that many will perform false miracles, great signs and wonders to deceive, but not that everyone will be deceived. The Messiah backs things up by telling them, I have told you beforehand, meaning, be on your guard. The evildoers need you to willingly take a drink of the cup of indignation. Tricking you takes away from the glory of being worshipped like the Most High. No, they are simply conforming the world so it will be conducive for them to openly manifest themselves. Yah and the evildoers will leave you no other choice but to pick a side. Seeing the world loves its own and will hate those on Team Yah, popularity will be the main component in these end days. I just completed a 2-week course on Facebook I'm convinced Yah made me do, so I could see just how much his people are blaspheming him to his face. 2 weeks was all I needed to realize a sobering truth. I believe what the Moors, the Nubians, black Muslims, the vagina-worshipping Egypt-loving guys, etc., are saying 100%. To further the affliction of my understanding, I believe they will manifest some power in the not-so-distant future. Now, before you Hebrews start picking up rocks, let me explain. See, the history and beliefs of my ancestors stated 200 watchers came down and had hot sex with earth chicks. They had children and their children had children, etc. The fallen ones taught their children all they knew about the universe, working of roots, curses, warfare, how to make different colors, etc. Those same children were considered gods on earth, the earthborn, by all they affected. The flood came and wiped out their flesh, but 1/3 of their disembodied spirits remained on the earth to torment men. As the book of Genesis will attest, the evildoer's spirit had over 400 years to afflict the people living in the Israelites' promised land, and they did it Big Willie style. They retaught mankind the ways of their star dads and made the aboriginal people, animals, and plants very large. To the point, it took 2 men to carry 1 cluster of grapes. Am I the only person to realize all dark-skinned dynasties started around the exact same time? But that's not the astounding part. They all started at their zenith, and entropy caused their demise. Egypt, Samaria, Babylon, etc. did not grow into a power. Their beginnings started with writing, civil laws, monuments, etc. This is why there are so many similarities in each ancient text. They all came from one main beginning. This is why I believe those who profess to have the spirit of those different regions and their practices. It's called familiar spirits. I said regions because the Tanakh stated Yah divided the heaven of the hosts according to the size of the nations that they were responsible for. This is why the demon horde legion asked to be placed into the swine so he would not have to leave the region. Cutting to the chase. The Bible also warns those who are supposed to understand it, for many are called but only a few are chosen. There will be an increase in seducing spirits in the last days. Being on Facebook for only 2 weeks have gotten my mind right and allowed me to finally understand one of my trouble spots. I always wondered and asked how could the majority of his people still go wrong even after seeing an awesome display of their God's power when he makes those who have them in bondage release them. Yah said with a stretched forth hand and with fury poured out, he was going to make them let his people go. This can only mean Yah is going to lay some hands on a couple of chaps. I say still go wrong because the promise given throughout the Tanakh plainly says that 2/3 of his people are going to die in the wilderness by him because of their continued rebellion. Facebook is the breeding ground for every seducing spirit imaginable. Basically, it's a habitation of devils. Be not deceived. The Messiah told us there were different types of demons, all requiring a different method of dealing with them. The disciples were unsuccessful in dealing with one spirit and had to call in the big guns to deal with it. When asked why they couldn't handle the demon themselves, the Messiah said in Matthew 17:21, "Howbeit, this kind goes not out but by prayer and fasting." There are black people who, if only given the chance, would spit in Yah's face, posting and liking in the same groups with those who profess to love Yah. It's simply amazing. The format of Facebook is so that you must read or look at it before you can determine whether you like it or not. Thus, you have entertained things Yah told you not to even listen to. It's evil genius, really. There are so many different regions of philosophies, doctrines, foreign knowledge, and blasphemy, all intertwined into one continuous scroll of death that I almost got sick just looking at it. No, I'm not talking about the sex stuff. I'm not a prude. And heck, we all know what sexual right and wrong is. I'm talking about the spirits that were promised to increase, doing their best to discredit my Creator. Get this. These spirits are so deep, they are actually trying to convince you that your way of life, ancestors, and your God are only a figment of your imagination. Wow! How do I know these are demons? Because when you engage them, they are opportunistic spirits and morph their arguments only to create doubt and not seek the truth. So yes, I do believe them when they say that spirit that dwells within them are from Egypt, Morocco, Africa, etc. Yes, I do believe them when they say that elders have secret knowledge that predates the Israelites' existence. Yes, I do believe them when they say their elders can exhibit feats of power, and I believe their power will increase. In an ironic way, I have no walk of life if there wasn't a manifestation of them. What I mean is, without them manifesting everything written within the Tanakh, it would just be words in a book. So no, I don't doubt you guys one bit. I believes. I have a theory though. If we know during times of distress many people get religion, just look at the churches after 9/11. They were chock full of serial sinners. There should be an increase in belief after Yah makes his intentions known. Looking at how 80% of you look, dress, what you believe in, and do in your time of leisure, with a little reverse logic and mathematics, if 2/3 of his people will die because their spirits will not allow them to conform, it can only mean more than 2/3 of you in complete darkness today.